tell you what, let's just figure that out, and let's take another phone call. Pastor Sam is calling in from Texas. I really actually do. His take on the migrant, I'm going to call it a mob. His take on the illegal immigrant mob is going to be valuable. Go ahead, Pastor Sam.
Oh, and I got a confession to make. All this time I've been holding out on you, and I haven't told you the full extent of the severity of this threat. And it is bad. It's worse than what you have even reported. It's only going to get worse. Mr. Trump, Mr. President, I want the 82nd Airborne Division in Guatemala by sunrise. All 17,500 members of our American Ready Reserve and the All-American Division, I want them in Guatemala to stop the bleeding of any further humanitarian disasters and to help our friend, President Jimmy Morales of Guatemala. Oh, and I have about 4 points here, and each one is more important than the next. Should we proceed?
Go for it.
Oh, and I can't hear you. Are we on?
Did we lose? Okay, no, we must have had some sort of weird hiccup there, but yes, please go on.
Okay, I'm standing very still so that I have the best reception in the room right here. Okay, the next thing is there is a military component to this attack plan. There is a military component which includes massive numbers of air superiority fighters from all over the world, which are in Mexico. Now, you can have your crew look this up right now. All you have to do is go to YouTube and go to Fuerza Aérea Mexicana and search that on Facebook and search that on YouTube, and you'll see some of the very advanced aircraft from all around the world that have been bought and by globalist entities stashed into Mexico. The entire drug war is a cover for an incredible global military mobilization. Now, I want to talk about these planes in particular. They have four different types of fourth generation fighters, to include the General Dynamics F-16. These companies have begun to diversify around the world and get out from under United States arms export laws by setting up factories in other countries. They've got F-16. If you look at the Wikipedia page for the Mexican military, it says, yeah, they flew the Northrop Grumman F-5 for a while. They retired them all. So they don't even have any jets, any jet fighters. It's not true. They've got the T-50 Golden Eagle out of Korea. They have got the Yakovlev Yak-130. They have
Pastor Sam, just real quick, because I wanted to ask you something. Don't they actually have, I could be mistaking here, but don't they actually have these aircraft stationed right outside the Mexico City airport? You can actually see them when you fly in and out?
Last year, in Mexico City, in September, at the Independence Day celebration, in the Zocalo Square, which was featured in James Bond, where they had the big parade there and the helicopter scene, they had a vertical takeoff jet land in the Zocalo, and then they fired up the jets and did a vertical takeoff of that jet. I have heard a number of eyewitnesses have spoken with me personally, and I have not gotten any video footage of that, but everybody saw it. And there's only a few nations in the world that even have that technology. The Yakovlev Corporation in Russia nearly went bankrupt at the 89 when the wall came down, but Northrop Grumman came in, and at that time, Yakovlev was the world leader in VTOL technology. Northrop Grumman came in, and then the rest is shrouded in secrecy. So here we are many years in the future, but I'm telling you, all those jets are there. So not only do I want the 82nd Airborne in Guatemala, and remember, Owen, I love these people. I hang out with them in their villages. I sit in hammocks and I eat bananas and beans and soup made out of rabbits that people killed with a slingshot up in the mountains. I've been to Chiapas, but I red pill these people, and I deprogram them from their communist doctrine that they've been taught. The next thing that the president needs to do is he needs to recognize that, and he needs to recognize that the Mexican election was a sham. It was totally a sham. They put four super weak candidates up against AMLO, the communist superstar. It was a one-round thing. Nobody could beat him. And Mexico's lying to Mr. Trump now. He's lying. Mexico's lying to the United States, and they intend to shine us on for 6 more weeks until their avowed socialist president takes power on the 1st of December. And then it's going to be on. This was all a huge lie that the UN was going to come in and vet these people. The UN has been facilitating this the whole time. The UN tried to dethrone President Jimmy Morales again and again. All that I discussed at length with Rob Dew on Monday. It's on the 2-hour Monday show. I've also
Pastor Sam, I got 3 minutes till break. What do you think is the final conclusion here, or what do you think is the final agenda? Do you think that this migrant mob reaches the border in the next 10 days, or what do you think happens?
Ask any chess player what's the most dangerous piece on the board. The novice says, oh, the queen, oh, the rook, oh, the knight. The most dangerous thing on a chessboard is a passed pawn. And that pawn passed today. It passed our defenses when this horde passed through the Mexican border. Mexico is going to be complicit with this. They've proven that today. They've lied to us. It's intended to be a humanitarian disaster. It's intended to draw fire. But just don't be deceived. There's a military component. They have a plan for air superiority. So I do want the U.S. military on our southern border to include massive anti-aircraft and massive Air Force quick reserve presence, because air superiority is part of the plan. It is with any invasion, and I have watched this transpire and the buildup transpire. The whole drug war is only a cover for this massive global military mobilization. The Mexican people have been lied to. Trump needs to get Tomas Yarrington out of the jail cell where he is in Texas, falsely accused. There needs to be a new election in Mexico where the people actually have an opportunity, and they'll vote for their own law and order candidate in the person of Tomas Yarrington Rubalcaba.
But what is the Mexican government going to say or do when this they call it a caravan, this mob, this invading force reaches the U.S. southern border?
They're going to do what they're told to do, which is to stand down and allow it to pass. This is their deep state. And I've heard a lot of incorrect information that none of these countries have done anything. They've all tried, Owen. They've all tried. We have a good...
No, I saw the video. I saw the video of them trying. There's too many of them. They can't... What are they going to do? They can't kill them.
Please repost my video that I sent to showtips.com. It's my conversation with Rob Dew with all the accompanying documentation. Mr. Trump needs to support these presidents, and I mean with military might, not some money, not some goodwill, military might in Guatemala and in Honduras. And in Mexico, we need to fortify, and we need to contradict the sham election that just happened.
And I'll tell you, look, nobody wants any harm to come to these people, but this is just out of control. And if you cannot understand how this is being coordinated, then you're missing the bigger picture altogether. This just doesn't happen organically. It doesn't make sense for these people to do this, and you just have to see the bigger picture. Thank you, Pastor Sam, for putting that out there for people to understand. And again, folks, I mean, how many troops do we have in? I mean, how about Kenya? We probably got 1,000 troops in Kenya. It's time to bring all these troops home and put them on the southern border. This is out of control. We have a national emergency and a humanitarian crisis happening right now that's about to invade our southern border, and it is a total... This is a military strike. This is an anthropogenic military strike. That's a new thing that they're doing now. They're just going to send in an invasion force and call it a humanitarian crisis.